When I was a kid, I was obsessed with anything that had superheroes in it. People in suits fighting bad guys. That kind of story really fascinated me back then. But now, it's hard for me to sit through anything with the same formula. Maybe it's because I grew up, matured, or something like that. The whole hero's journey that starts from nothing, sometimes by chance, sometimes by a carefully planned setup, where the protagonist gets superpowers, goes on adventures, meets a mentor who boosts his strength, and faces a villain or rival who pushes him even further, all of that made me judge a certain series for 5 years without even giving it a chance, just because I'd heard it followed that same pattern. But somehow, out of pure curiosity, I ended up watching the first episode, and now I'm dying for the latest chapters of the manga to drop. How did a story packed with all the cliches that usually bore me end up leaving such a strong mark on me and turning Saitama into my sensei? The story follows an ordinary guy named Saitama, a hero who can win every fight with just a single punch. That's where the title One Punch Man comes from. But instead of living the dream, he's stuck in a life full of frustration. He no longer feels the excitement or fear that battles used to give him. After all, what's the point of having overwhelming power if nothing challenges you? That's exactly what One, the creator, wanted to explore. One Punch Man originally started as a webcomic, and later the artist Yusuke Murata remade it into a manga with stunning artwork that pulls you deep into every panel. The level of detail reminded me of Berserk. Sometimes you literally stop reading the dialogue just to admire the drawings. The expressions, the scenery, everything takes your breath away. As for the anime, Season 1 was produced by Madhouse, and Season 2 was handled by JC Staff. Then came Season 3, and honestly, it was shocking to see how badly things turned out. The quality drop felt like a punch to the gut. I couldn't accept watching something I loved get treated like that, so I turned to the manga instead, and that ended up being the best choice. In this video, I'm going to talk about what it really means to be a hero and why One Punch Man ends up capturing the heart of everyone who watches it.
For us to truly connect with a main character, we need to live through their growth, whether it's their strength, their personality, or their spirit. Think about Naruto, Luffy, or Ichigo. And since One Punch Man is technically a seinen, we can compare it to characters like Guts and Musashi from Berserk. What makes us so attached to them is the journey we shared with them. Joy, misery, emptiness, heartbreak, moments of isolation, all of it. But Saitama is different. From the very first episode, we liked him because of how plain and ordinary he looked. We got glimpses of his past, just another Japanese guy living the usual routine of work and home, a lifestyle he never chose but simply fell into, just like everyone else. Then he realizes he wants to be a hero, so he starts doing sit-ups, running long distances, and eventually notices 2 things have changed. He lost all his hair and gained an absurd amount of power with no limit at all. That's how he ends up being a hero as a hobby. And every episode, we see him fighting monsters, yet we never feel even a hint of fear because we already know exactly how the fight will end. But even with that certainty, we still get excited to see his punches again and again. Before diving into Saitama's character, let's take a quick look at the world he lives in. The world is basically like ours. Earth, cities, daily life, but the cities are labeled with Latin letters. For example, Saitama lives in City Z, a place almost completely abandoned because strange creatures roam around inside it. He lives there simply because the rent is free, and since he's unbelievably strong, the monsters don't bother him at all. Like any system, there had to be an organization created to fight evil, the Hero Association. Heroes are recruited and ranked based on their strength. At the bottom, we have Class C heroes like Moomin Rider. In Class B, there are heroes like Fubuki. Then Class A, with people like the handsome and strict Mai Mask. And then there's Class S, the strongest of them all. You'd think Saitama would be up there, but he's not. When he took the hero exam with Genos made it into Class S, but Saitama was placed in Class C, the category reserved for heroes with average or low-level abilities.
That's why people referred to him as the hero nobody knows. And that right there is exactly what hooked me, because only a few characters, and we as fans, actually know how powerful Saitama really is. The first hero who truly understood Saitama's strength was Genos, the cyborg. He represents the typical shonen-style protagonist, always trying to learn more from his master, evolving mentally and physically throughout the story. He has a clear goal: becoming stronger and avenging his family, who were killed by a mechanical monster. He meets the strongest person alive and forces himself into becoming his disciple, even though Saitama never wanted that. He follows him everywhere, determined to uncover the secret behind Saitama's power. Their dynamic adds a special flavor to the story: teacher and student, seriousness mixed with comedy. The next hero inspired by Saitama is King, the strongest man on Earth. Whenever you hear the famous King Engine, that terrifying rumble that shakes enemies to their core, you know the fight is already decided. That's the image we get of him at first, and it's exactly how all the other characters see him. But the truth? He's just a regular guy. Actually, he's worse. He's a total coward, and the King Engine is just his heart pounding from fear. What he does have, though, is unbelievable luck, or maybe that's his real superpower. He always happens to be in the right place at the right time, right when a monster gets defeated, and the credit accidentally goes to him. Little by little, the world builds this myth around him, until he ends up being seen as a legendary hero. One of my favorite scenes happens in the recent manga chapters. King meets Atomic Samurai, who challenges him to show one of his techniques. He hands him a sword and an apple, and tells him to slice it. King picks up the sword, quietly puts it back, and the apple stays perfectly untouched. Atomic Samurai, based on his preconceived belief that King is a god-tier swordsman, concludes that the slice was so fast that even the apple didn't realize it had been cut. This fake hero is ranked among the strongest, yet only Saitama, and we as readers, know the truth. Then we come to my second favorite character, after Saitama, Garu, the hero hunter. He has a dark view of heroes. He sees them as selfish and arrogant, so he chooses the opposite path. He decides to become a monster, purely to take revenge on the heroes. But ironically, he keeps ending up saving people. Ever since Season 2, we've been waiting for his confrontation with Saitama, and that was one of the main reasons I moved to the manga. To avoid spoilers, I'll stop here and return to our main man, Saitama.
As the days pass, my emotions grow more distant.
What does it mean to be a hero? Do you need superpowers to be one? Or is it just about having a good heart? In reality, it's more complicated than the anime makes it seem. A hero doesn't have a fixed definition. People decide who is or isn't a hero. King is the perfect example. Weak, scared, but labeled the strongest man alive. Garu hates heroes, yet deep down he's kind and protects others. And Saitama? Despite looking like an average guy and constantly being underestimated by everyone he meets, whether they're heroes or monsters, is unbelievably powerful. What I love most about Saitama is his mastery of not caring. He knows himself well, and he doesn't waste a second worrying about what others think of him. He does hero work simply because it's fun. He defeats monsters that even the strongest heroes can't handle, shows up late, ends every fight with one punch, and never asks for anything in return. Most of the time, no one even notices he saved the day. To me, Saitama's greatest strength isn't physical, it's spiritual. It's his self-awareness. He doesn't need to justify himself or follow society's expectations. He's simple, inside and out, and that's what makes him special. We all know what it feels like to lose interest in something we once loved. We all know the sting of working hard on something only for it to go unnoticed. Saitama might not be the hero the world recognizes, but he's the hero who inspires other heroes. See you next time.